Hey there, it's Great Answer, and I'm here, well, technically I'm here to pimp my event, ROPECRAFT, but I'm doing so in a helpful way because people help me too. For example, my friend Monk of twistedmonk.com recently sent me a MonkSak to evaluate and try out. And I've used it at a couple of events, and I've been having fun, but I always wanted to put it to a certain test. Because you see, it came with this piece of paper, and in the piece of paper, it claims that you can put into this MonkSak Lite a 8 30-foot 6mm ropes, two 15-foot 6mm ropes, two 10-foot 6mm ropes, a Shears, DVD, suspension ring and rigging gear, an ass hook, single tail and paddle, a collar and ball gag, a bandana, safer sex supplies, clothespins, and a magic wand. Now, I don't actually use all of those things, but I'm going to do my best to, right here on video, pack up my MonkSak Lite with basically the equivalent of this. Let's see how it measures up. All right, now, welcome to my bedroom. Welcome to my bed. Here we have the MonkSak Lite, all unfolded. And next to it we have the equivalent of the gear that I could be putting into it. Now, one thing I found out the hard way on the MonkSak Lite is that you want to actually look on the cover at these little, see these little lines here? This line here that goes around here, this basically is the rectangle that shows what the MonkSak is going to fold up into. So that is where you want to lay out your gear as you're putting it all together. All right. So let's go through all the stuff that we have. First of all, we have 8 pieces of 30-foot 6mm rope. Now, because this is a commercial for MonkSak Lite bag, instead of actually using his rope, I'm going to put in Moko jute. Yes, thank you, Moko. And I'm going to lay them out, my 8 pieces of about 30-foot Moko jute rope. All right there. And the next thing he has on there is, let's see, 2 15-foot 6mm rope. Well, guess what? I actually, first of all, I'm going to lay this out so it actually provides a nice bottom layer of all the ropes there. I actually don't use sort of length, so instead, I'm just going to add more rope. That's right. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to add in some more rope in here. So let's, okay, well, fine. We'll stack it up a little bit there. This rope, by the way, is special upline rope from Twisted View. You may notice it has a nice little red thing in there. It's got some, actually some artificial, one artificial fiber in there that makes it actually load bearing. All right, so next we have a Shears and DVD. Now I don't actually use Shears, but I did find that my safety hook fits really, really nicely in this little pocket up here, and a DVD. What DVD would I put in here? Perhaps a Kink Academy, Great Answer, Rope Connection and Flow, and Time Up and Fuck 'em DVD. Available to you by contacting me either at an event or at greatanswer@gmail.com. I'm going to put that right up there in that little pocket. That's beautiful. What's next? We have suspension ring and rigging gear. Now, in case you didn't see the first video that I did, we did find out the hard way that my suspension ring, which is a great big thick wooden one, doesn't fit in this MonkSak. He is going to be actually making a replacement where it will fit the ring. And in the meantime, I'm going to put in my rigging gear that I would normally use. So, for traveling, I don't always bring a ring. I often bring along just one large carabiner that I got from Haven Ropes in Calgary, and a few regular good old-fashioned carabiners there, one swivel, one climbing strap, and I'm going to put all of these in the same pocket where I would normally put the ring. Do you have the wing? Yes, Jake Wing from Austin. Okay, sorry I'm babbling a little bit here, but you know, it's the pressure of things. So next we have an ass hook. Gotta love an ass hook. We got the ass hook, and look, it's a pocket that's almost perfectly designed to hold an ass hook. All right. And we have a single tail and a paddle. I have my paddle. I'll lay that out right there. I have my single tail. Put that right there. Okay. In case you're wondering, This paddle actually says "Great Answer" in Japanese, so that when I hit somebody with it, it will imprint the name "Great Answer" on their ass in Japanese backwards. So that way, when they're looking at it in the mirror, it'll be the right direction. So, that right there. And let's see, we also have collar and ball gag. Again, I'm at a loss because I don't actually use collars and ball gags. So instead, of course, we're bringing more rope. And this is, of course, rope from Bastard Rope. Thank you, Bastard. And so we'll put in the equivalent of a collar. Well, actually, collar and ball gag, it's like, you know, maybe two pieces. So collar, ball gag. And then we have bandana. Well, I have my Morpheus' Bondage Extravaganza Tenagui. That should work pretty well. And safer sex supplies. Of course, the wonderful insertable condom, one of the best things ever invented. And the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence has a bliss kit, which includes a mint. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to do, but it also has a condom and lube and things like that. I'm going to put that up here with the DVD so that it's within easy reach if it's needed. And boy, do we hope it is. What's next? Clothespins. Again, we don't really use clothespins that much. We actually tend to use things like nipple clamps. There's some magnetic nipple clamps that look absolutely beautiful on Naya. I think those will go again up here in the little pocket, where they're easy to get to. And I also often use a knife for some knife play kind of things. This is not a safety equipment piece. This is a toy. So I'll put that up here in the other little elastic thing. That should work out pretty well. And the final thing, a magic wand. Baby, this is the only magic wand. No, just kidding. I won't say that. We don't have a magic wand. We don't use magic wands. So we're going to use more rope. Yes, Bastard Rope. So there we go. There we have our MonkSak filled with it. Now let's see if we can actually get it shut. So to close it up, it says, oh, I should add, what you could normally do with this is you could get separate individual pockets that would snap on or Velcro onto all these side things. I don't have any pockets yet, going to be getting some, so I could put things like the bandana, the paddle, the single tail in their own particular pockets and the different kinds of ropes. But frankly, this is looking like a pretty nice and neat little stack itself. So let's go to the wrapping. So to wrap it up, the first thing I do is I take the 3 D-rings and I fold them in. Dun, dun, dun. Now you can see here, I can tell how far to fold it in by where the handle is. Okay. And the next thing I do is I fold in the area with the 3 straps. Right there. Okay, and I want that to actually go underneath the D-rings so that it holds everything in. Alright. Except as you can see, I have miscounted. Zut alors, I have missed one. Okay, let's try that again. This is the thing where this is a bag with a bit of a learning curve. Alright, so there we go. The D-rings down that way. And I can already see it's a little bit over, so there we go. D-rings. And bring that up there. Okay, now in case you're wondering, hey wait, this isn't fast, this isn't just grab and go. No, it's not. It's be careful with your equipment and don't grab and go. As you can tell from this professionally made video. I probably should have done the center one first so that I could get an idea of what tension needs to be in here in order to hold all the gear together, but this seems to be working pretty well. Alright, got those all done. Now I go to the side this way and the side this way. Okay, I'll actually point out, tell you something. When I have it this full, this is actually the nicest that it has gone together. So I'm actually pretty happy. The more you pack into it, the more it seems to work. So put that one in there, right there, and finally right here. And there we have all that gear in the MonkSak Lite. And I still have a pocket back here where I could put a nice looking program, like say from an event like ROPECRAFT, which will happen February 19th to 21st in Austin, Texas. And I hope you'll all be there and bring along your MonkSak Lite. Thanks.